Mr. Speaker, I ask unanimous consent that all members have 5 legislative days to revise and extend their remarks and submit extraneous material on this bill under consideration.
Without objection.
Mr. Speaker, I yield myself such time as I may consume.
The gentleman is recognized.
Mr. Speaker, we have a great injustice that has persisted for now 4 decades, where some of our hardest working fellow Americans, public servants in certain states where they have non-Social Security covered employment, or to say it this way, where they have teacher retirement systems separate from Social Security, or firefighter retirement systems separate from Social Security. So in these states, we have what is called a windfall elimination provision in the Social Security law, which has shortchanged 2 million roughly hardworking public servants. Now, some people are still getting a windfall, but the vast majority are not getting what they earned and what they put into the Social Security system. So my colleagues, Representative John Larson, who I serve with on Ways and Means, and I consider a dear friend, someone who I know is very passionate about fixing Social Security's insolvency, which looms large over the next 10 years. This is but one element of what's not working in Social Security for our retirees and Social Security recipients. To solve this inequity and injustice, some of my colleagues have decided they would just repeal the windfall elimination provision altogether. Well, that sounds good, but it's going to cost $192 billion to do that. Now, we shouldn't be constrained by cost to do the right thing, but to repeal the windfall elimination provision would go back to pre-1983, when we had a windfall to certain Americans in the same states where they had independent retirement systems, and we were spending more money for certain retirees than they put into the Social Security system. So there was a great discrepancy and inequity between these individuals in these states and the vast majority of the tens of millions of other retirees across the country. So you had a teacher or firefighter in certain states, like Texas, pre-1983, getting a windfall, large sums of money, over similarly situated people in other states, firefighters and teachers doing the same work, making roughly the same amount of money, but getting less benefits. So what we should do is fix the inadequacy of the windfall elimination provision that was oversimplified, did not use the data that we have today, and make sure that people are paid what they're owed in terms of their benefits, but not revert back to pre-windfall elimination provision where we were spending tens of billions of dollars more than we needed to, according to what people put in it. Why does that matter? Because we should have a system of fairness for every public servant in every state, every retiree that fits that, that definition. It's also because if we start just throwing money at this and allowing windfall payments to certain retirees, we're going to accelerate the insolvency of the Social Security Trust Fund. And one outside expert says that we will accelerate that if we go to H.R. 82 and just, pull the plug on windfall elimination provision as opposed to fix it and get it right. We'll accelerate it by 6 months. And so we should be responsible in how we do this. We should consider retirees in every state, and we should also consider future retirees, because what we do and how we solve problems doesn't just impact the people who've been shortchanged, and we need to deal with that. but we will impact future retirees as well. And I'm just simply asking my colleagues to do the right thing, address this inequity with WEP and our public servants, but do it the right way so that we don't compromise the integrity and the fiscal responsibility of managing the trust funds and put these public servants now, once again, at odds with the vast majority of public servants who are retired. That's a mouthful, John Larson, by the way. This is a complex issue, but what's not complicated is people who've been shortchanged need to get the money that they rightfully are owed by their government. And I think I can start there and say, Democrat and Republican colleagues alike agree on that. But my bill will do it in a fiscally responsible way. I think this H.R. 82 is well intended, but it's going to accelerate the bankruptcy of Social Security, and that's not good for anybody, current or future retirees. I yield the balance of I reserve the balance of my time, Mr. Speaker.
The gentleman from Texas.